Hi, I'm Trooper Smacka.
Hi, I'm Trooper Wellman.
Please stay tuned for a behind-the-scenes look at being a state trooper.
And together, we can make a difference.
Here we are live at Nevada Highway Patrol for Trooper Talk on the road. Are you ready? Come on, let me show you a few things. Captain?
Neil!
How are you, sir? Good to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you.
Good to be seen.
Yeah. Want to do a quick interview?
Sure.
I told you we were live on the road with Trooper Talk. Well, we're here with the captain. Captain, thank you so much for allowing us to be here, for the award ceremony and stuff like that. What are we going to see today?
You're going to see every quarter we recognize those employees that have, you're going to see some life-saving awards. You're going to see some longevity awards. You're going to see some motor competition awards. It's just, it's a way to quarterly to recognize our troopers for some of the incredible work they do on the job and in the community.
And so when you're a trooper, you take that to heart. And so they take that not only home, but they're doing things for volunteer to make sure that this community is a better place.
Yeah, I can tell you that we're proud every day of the people that work here. We hire the best of the best, and you're going to see it on full display today. They live traffic safety. They want to give back to their community. They do everything that they can on and off duty to make Las Vegas a better place to live, the state of Nevada a better place to live.
It's really fantastic, and to be and have the opportunity to go out every single day and to change someone's life for the positive, and that's something that every single one of the troopers can do. That's why we want to get more of them to join, and we appreciate everyone we have, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've worked for a living, and this isn't it. I get a chance every day to put this Superman suit on, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that I have a chance to make a positive impact on somebody's life that day, whether it's handing them a bottle of water at a crash scene. It's things that can be so simple. It's not always rushing into the flames or something like that. It's those little things that we can do every day to make a difference that really matter.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much,
Neil,
Captain. Thank you, okay?
Thank you.
What's going on?
Okay, so here we are, Lieutenant Munoz. I told you, Trooper Talk, we're on the road. We're doing things today that nobody's done, and we're coming here to say hi to everybody. Lieutenant Munoz, tell us why we're here today.
We're here to honor and celebrate the amazing work that the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division does on a day-to-day basis.
And to be able to do that on a day-to-day basis is so heart-wrenching. We know because, what you do with the community. Tell us how that's going.
The commitment level from the troopers is phenomenal. Go ahead, woman. Walk right on through. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, see that, Johnny? That was good. Only she's allowed to do that, right? Yeah, tell us.
Rockstar Ashley Wellman.
Right, there you go.
To wake up every day, put this uniform on, and go out and protect and serve the great state of Nevada is an honor. And it's going to be on full display today as you see the troopers receive awards for their tremendous work that they've done in the last quarter.
Well, we appreciate it. I know you're very busy, but thanks so much, Lieutenant Munoz. Appreciate it, okay? Here we are again, live on the road, Trooper Talk. We're here with Trooper Wellman. Trooper Wellman, look at her face. She's so red because she cut right in the middle of the interview, which you'll see. You know what I mean? With Lieutenant Munoz.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for allowing us the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Tell us how the drive was and all that type of stuff this morning with the rain and everything.
Today was quite a busy morning just due to the fact that we had some police activity on the highways, and it's been a morning. So I'm glad I made it here. I'm glad I get to celebrate this moment with you, and thank you so much for being here and for everything you do for us. So.
Great. We're very excited, okay? Trooper Wellman, okay?
Today, we're going to honor some of our staff for that very action. And I'm going to begin first with Trooper Mark Wilner. If you'll please come up and join me. Thank you, Mark. I'll tell you, this is a little bit delayed, and some of that was from beyond our control given the circumstances surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. But back in November of 2020, Trooper Wilner responded to a call of a suicidal subject near the area of Owens and IR-15. There was a suicidal subject that was posted up over that bridge, threatening to jump down to the highway below. Upon Trooper Wilner's arrival, he began to speak with the person in an effort to just get them to come back from the ledge distract them from what they were doing, but as I understood it, it was a pretty blank stare. The subject was just not responding to the things that Mark was trying to do. But with the help of another bystander, Mark and this bystander formed a plan, went in, grabbed the subject, and pulled him back from the ledge, thus saving his life. And it is for those actions that we would like to thank and honor. In furtherance of celebrating some of the life-saving efforts, I'd like to invite a very large group. So please, as I call your name, will you please come up and join Trooper Mark Milner? As I look out, I don't see Trooper Delabella is not here. Okay, and that's understood. If I can have Trooper Gianni Riga, Trooper Luis Villanueva. Is Trooper Lara here? Former Trooper Lara?
Yes, he is. That's the other agency you forgot.
Thank you. Go please. Feel that? That's a trooper at heart right there. Trooper Derek Simmons, come on up. Traffic, understood. Officer Garrett Dix. Trooper Garrett Dix, Officer Dix, come on up. Sergeant Spencer Basner from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, is he here today? Officer Tom Cognian, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Officer Jeffrey Corbett. Couldn't make it, okay. Public Safety Dispatcher Deanna Lara and Michelle DeFulco. Please join us. Okay. This is going to be hard to kind of hear because it does take us back to a place in time. But the efforts that all of you participated in during this event needs to be recognized, and I hope you understand that and you appreciate it for it. So, on July 27th, 2021, Nevada Highway Patrol Trooper Gianna Riga and his field training officer, Trooper Joseph Delabella, observed a stolen vehicle reported to be driven by a violent felon. Before long, a pursuit ensued. Troopers and officers from throughout the valley made multiple attempts to stop the fleeing vehicle, but the pursuit persisted. Then, the unthinkable. In his final act of selfless service, Trooper Micah May deployed stop sticks and was tragically struck by the suspect's vehicle. Trooper May was now inside of the fleeing vehicle. The stakes had just increased exponentially. This was now a rescue mission. As the suspect's vehicle continued to speed down Interstate 15, Trooper Nicholas Lara raced to the front of the pack and used his patrol vehicle utilizing pursuit and prevention efforts to end the pursuit. Amidst the chaos, parole and probation officers Garrett Dix, Derek Simmons, and Luis Villanueva joined Trooper Joseph Delabella in taking immediate and decisive action to neutralize the suspect as he attempted to gain control of Trooper May's firearm. Officer Jeffrey Corbett of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and his canine partner Hunter arrived and quickly went into action coordinating the rescue of Trooper May from the vehicle with the assistance of Officers Dix and Simmons. Once Trooper May was out of harm's way, Trooper Clifford Fontaine began coordinating medical treatment. Trooper Joseph Delabella, Trooper Riga, Officer Dix provided Trooper May with immediate medical attention as Trooper Fontaine saw an opportunity hovering overhead. It was the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's Air 2 helicopter, which had been monitoring the pursuit. And I have to tell you, in my position in having to review all of this, what I saw, what I heard was profound. There were efforts made by our communication staff to communicate with your staff. I had your canine officer out there from Metro using his radio to tell that helicopter, hey, land on the freeway. Let's get Trooper May into the back of the helicopter and into the hospital. And I heard, and I hope you'll share this with that pilot, I heard them on the radio say out loud, you know, we've got some wind coming from this side, we're putting it down. They just did it, you know, and they put that helicopter on the ground, and then you see members that are up here today pick up Micah and carry him over to that helicopter, get him in the back of that helicopter and get him to the hospital in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, he left and was on top of that hospital. And I feel like those efforts gave precious time for family to travel, to get here, to be able to make their peace, make decisions, and that happened because of the collective efforts. Thank you, Simmons, for coming in and totally get well, you're here. That's okay. That's okay. But it is with the most profound thanks for your efforts to help save a life, because you did. You did. You saved a life for a little bit longer so that family could get to where they needed to be in peace. All of you participated in that. And for that, we all thank you very much. Colonel Malesko, Captains Honey and Kemmer, we're going to pin your ribbons on your uniforms, or I'll present to you. Come on up, Sean, if you could please. Guys, if you can come forward from the table just a little bit out here.
It's a lot of them here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mark, front center. Sure. Number 2 today, huh? That's the prior one. That's the one. Yeah. Thank you. We're gonna do. Let's do it for I got everything. You guys want to slide down this way?
You get them all in and out.
Let's give them a round of applause again. Thank you. All right. Did we get a group photo, Ashley?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Good? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, folks. In order to celebrate this next section, I'd like to invite up Lieutenant Anthony Munoz.
All right, good afternoon, good morning. My name's Anthony Munoz. I'm Lieutenant over the United States Police Cyber Patrol Division Special Operations Unit, which includes interdiction, our task force officers. I'm really excited to be up here today to showcase the amazing work that these individuals do on a daily basis. As we go through these awards, you're going to see that they are impacting and saving lives on a daily basis. A lot of the work is done kind of in the shadow world, for lack of better terms, where a lot of stuff goes on that people don't know about. So as we go through this and we bring these individuals up, please keep in mind, and I'll hammer home on it, that the families are just as much involved. So when you're on task force, those of you that have worked on task force, unfortunately, one of the things that comes with it is you're married to your cell phone. It's just one of the realities of it. Stuff people who work on overtime, so we don't have a set schedule. We have schedules, they don't. So from the bottom of my heart, to all the families in the room, the task force officers, thank you to my wife, thank you for, I've been doing this for a couple of years. And the sacrifices that we make to our families to protect this great state are amazing, so thank you guys. So get started, I want to get started with our interdiction team. So we have both Las Vegas Metro and Highway Patrol interdiction team with Detective Sear from Henderson. Can you guys please come up? Sergeant Brandon Crawford, Trooper Josh Shower. You guys can all come up. Trooper Bonilla, Trooper Cliff Davis, Trooper Jeff Freeman, Trooper McCall, Trooper Provis, PSP Estes, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Sergeant Kenny Rios, Detective TJ Bachman, Detective Jed Bonbach, Detective Esther Galata, Detective Todd Robichaud, and Detective Sear. So I want to talk about a couple things real quick. Before we get into the actual event that they're being honored for, one of the things we do as part of the HIDA group is we have to put together yearly presentations. So this one goes from July 2021 to June 2022. And I just want to go over the numbers that these individuals here have produced this year. And as I'm going through, tell me lives weren't saved by their efforts. So this year, between July 21 and June 22, they seized off the highways 3,318 pounds of marijuana, 1,025 pounds of methamphetamine, 1,341 pounds of cocaine, 42 pounds of heroin, and 70 pounds of fentanyl. Tell me that's not saving lives right there. Absolutely it is. Our Trooper Freeman's up here as well. Welcome. So the work they do is truly amazing. So what they're going to be recognized for today. Okay, so between May 6th and May 12th, 2022, we conducted a joint operation on Interstate 15, and it included Las Vegas Metro PD, Highway Patrol, Bureau of Indian Affairs, Homeland Security, and Henderson PD. A week-long operation that really started with, I really got to recognize Sergeant Crawford and Sergeant Rios. We were sitting in the first planning meeting, and they came together and they had an idea of what we were going to do for an interdiction operation to get dope off the roads. And we all know what's going on, influx of narcotics coming in through our state. So they sat from ground level and they built an operation, and we saw it come to fruition. During that operation, over 2,100 pounds of narcotics were seized, worth an estimated $11.7 million. Included in that was the largest marijuana seizure in Nevada State Police history that was conducted by Trooper Freeman. He seized 2,091 pounds of marijuana. Now we understand that marijuana is legal in the state of Nevada, which is all fine and dandy. However, street dealing of marijuana is not legal. And it leads to a lot of violence, not only in this community, but communities across the country. The marijuana that he seized was destined for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we had an opportunity to speak with detectives there where it was going, the source of it. And they're seeing an influx of homicides based on street-level marijuana sales. So don't look at it as not just marijuana. Legal marijuana is one thing, illegal is another. So Trooper Freeman stopped not only to save record, to save lives as we went. Also during that operation, 36 pounds of fentanyl was seized, 28 pounds of cocaine, and 3 handguns were taken off the highway. Off the highway and out of our communities. And it's to the work of the individuals standing up here. It's a team effort. Even though I said Trooper Freeman made the traffic stop with the marijuana case, it took everybody standing up here to get it done. It's one thing to stop it. He actually had the easy job. And I can tell you the feeling when they popped that U-Haul up, they're laughing because it's true, is it not? When they popped that up, the look on his face and his hands were shaking, it was amazing. That's what you live for as a supervisor, to see training, dedication, motivation come through, and he sees it right in front of his eyes, all his hard work paying off. But I do have to recognize Sergeant Rios as well and his team. We didn't have the capability to store that much marijuana here. We've never seized that much marijuana. So we reached out to our partners at Las Vegas Metro, and they agreed to go ahead and look the marijuana in their evidence facility. And Sergeant Rios, all we asked of him was to come down, let us in the evidence vault, and we'll take it from there. It took us 8 hours to get this marijuana booked. So when I say Freeman had the easy job, he had the easy job. It took 8 hours, and Sergeant Rios went way above and beyond the call of duty that day. I showed up a couple hours later. I waited till the work's done before I showed this here. But I show up, and he's got his uniform top off, vest off, and he's dripping sweat, as is everybody that's in there booking this stuff. For 8 hours, they constructed, I think it was 170 boxes, evidence boxes, had to weigh it out, test it all, and 8 hours later got it done. So thank you guys for your effort. The partnership is back, 100%. We're operating as one team now, which I gotta give credit to Crawford and Rios for making that happen, as well as all the team members. Sky's the limit with this team. We understand the importance of keeping narcotics out of our community, keeping everyone safe, and they're at the forefront of it. So congratulations, guys. Awesome job, phenomenal operation. Well done. Okay, next we have Trooper TFO Sandoval. Okay, so this case here that Amber's been recognized for. Amber's a task force officer, TFO, assigned to the DEA. And when I talk about working in the shadow worlds, that's Amber. We're her team, sir. Can you guys raise your hand, please? Because you guys are involved in this as well. It's been such an honor and pleasure. One of the things about working on a task force is you're put in situations that can go bad in a heartbeat with the clientele we're dealing with. So bonds are formed. And it's not a team, it's a family. It truly is. Just based on situations and trust that we have to have for each other. And I can tell you the first time I met Amber was 10 years ago on Flamingo. I stopped the car, remember that? And the tones went off, I'm terrified, to the felony tones, and she shows up and saved my ass. But she said, it was a stolen car, and she's like, you know, I really want to get into more of this stuff, the investigation stuff. And I'll never forget standing there on the side of the road when she said that. Fast forward a little bit, she went to interdiction, and her career just took off. She got a K-9, she was out making cases on the highway, and then she went over to DEA as a TFO. And during the course of that time, she became a little sister to me. Adrian's a brother, Mr. Jude, the nephew. But to watch the growth of Amber, I can't tell you what it means in my heart to watch. So her case is truly remarkable, her and her team. And I'm going to read from this. I'm not big on reading, but I'm going to read because the case is still ongoing and I don't want to mess up and say stuff that I shouldn't. And some of these words for these medications, I went to an inner city school, so please don't hold against me if I can't pronounce it. In July 2020, the Las Vegas District Office Tactical Diversion Squad began an investigation into the narcotics trafficking activities of an identified target. Information received from SOD Operation Pilgrim indicated that the target and co-conspirator ordered an industrial-sized pill press and were potentially manufacturing and distributing narcotics in Las Vegas. Further investigative efforts revealed that the target was importing narcotics from foreign sources and redistributing them to domestic customers via the United States Postal Service. So Amber and her team took over, Amber being the case agent. And when I say she dedicated 2 years of her life to this, remember, we're going back to July 2020. When you talk about blood, sweat, and tears and watching the case develop and the work that was put in, that sacrifice from Adrian and Mr. Jude, that she was pulled away, all to protect everybody sitting in this room. The individual was getting pill presses from overseas, narcotics coming from overseas, fentanyl, knockoff fentanyl, and it's even tied to an overdose death in another state, which they were able to identify that's on the other coast. I'm trying to be careful not to get into too much, but they were able to identify from her and her team's investigation, they solved a murder that didn't even happen in this state and gave the family some peace. And when I talk to the countless hours, I can't say it enough, that she put into this case. They finally served a search warrant, May 3rd, 2022, everything came to a head. And I remember reading the search warrant she sent over to me, like 74 pages. It was great, the search warrant was amazing. How thorough it was, everything was covered, and that's a credit to the law enforcement teams that we have here in the Valley. So they served a search warrant, and it was kind of humbling that the interdiction squad was able to make the traffic stop on the target and take him into custody. So it was a true state police effort. We have one of our own state trooper conducting an extremely high-level case that had world ties to it. And it all came to a head with the team she started with, and she trained most of them. So get him in custody, and I can remember that's one of the most profound days of my career. Once he's in custody, I walked back to Amber, and I was in tears. Because I know how much work she put into this, and how much it meant to her. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. And to see it come in, it hit my heart. And this is who we want protecting and serving the state of Nevada and taking care of all of us. So once we got subject in custody, a search warrant was served on the residence. Approximately $5,000 in cryptocurrencies was seized, and there's going to be more. When you talk about crypto, this team here that's here, they are probably the Valley experts when it comes to crypto. That's all new to law enforcement, and they're so far ahead of the curve. We have state police out investigating cryptocurrency crimes, which is phenomenal. So we got that, 3 handguns, 22 kilograms of dipentanol, which is a knockoff fentanyl. That's almost 40 pounds taken off the street. And that's just from here. Now, when I read these numbers, keep in mind, this isn't the stuff they picked off in partials throughout the 2 years. This is just what was seized from the search warrant. 70 grams of fentanyl powder, 15 kilograms of Xanax, and a bunch of other knockoff medications. Amber, your hard work and countless hours of dedicated investigative work on this case while serving as a case agent undoubtedly saved lives and prevented poisons from infesting not only our community, but communities across the country. Congratulations on a job well done. I couldn't be more proud of you. Keep up the great work. Mr. Jude, come on up.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but when he was mentioning the team members, he raised his hand. He is a team member.
Adrian, thank you for guiding this whole team here. I want to put him on the spot because Adrian is super humble. Adrian, can you stand up for a second? Love you, brother. This team right here is not here today without Adrian, Ray Schaffner, Brian. Todd's been here. That core group has built what will last on in this valley for interdiction for years to come. So Adrian, thank you. You're still affecting the state even though you're retired.
I make that a big
All right, awesome. Next, we're going to bring up Trooper Lennon McCall from K9 Sonic. Oh, well done, Sonic. So, K9 Sonic is a new addition to the interdiction team. His handler, Trooper McCall is extremely motivated and more ready to go out and conquer the world with him. I remember their first case right out of training, the smile on not only Lionel's face, but you can see the smile on Sonic's face as well. If you don't think the dogs take on characteristics of their handlers, you're sadly mistaken. The dogs are amazing. They feed off of their handlers and they adopt their characteristics. On May 6, 2021, Trooper McCall and Canine Sonic successfully completed 240 hours of handler training, and they're certified in the state of Nevada thanks to Metro. Detective Robichaud certified, without certified, good to go. So we have a new addition on the road that's going to be out sniffing out narcotics and protecting the valley. And at 240 hours, it's not a show up and get your certificate class. It's a lot of dedication starting from ground zero, coming into a trained canine handler. And this is one of those jobs where you go from training to real world cartel cases. There's no gray area. And I have the utmost confidence in Lionel and Sonic that they're going to do great things. And we're going to start a new tradition here at Highway Patrol. We're actually going to swear in Canine Sonic today, as they are part of the team, and they truly are the partners. Just think about how much time they spend riding around a patrol car with their canine partner. 10 hours a day. You think they don't have conversations? This is their partner. Look at them. Tell me that's not a team right there. So I'm going to turn it over to Captain Bowers, who's going to administer the oath of Canine Sonic.
Now, as you know, dogs have a high degree of nonverbal communication. So, rather than ask Sonic to repeat that, which I will do, I'll just ask nothing except an acknowledgement of Sonic. Excellent. All right. Raise your tail. All right. I will lay down my life for you and expect nothing in return. I will find drugs and weapons and resist the urge to stop when I find pepperoni sticks in a car. I will be the first sent in and sometimes the last to leave. I am the nose and ears of my officer. I will have the courage to live for him and for all of you. I only ask for compassion and a kind word. You are now a member of this team, Sonic. You shake? Guys, gonna take me down. So my glasses are flying. Towards the door. That was too much. All right. How do you follow that? All right. I'll tell you how we follow that. Anthony, will you please join me up here? Now, this is kind of a personal enjoyment for me. I don't know, show of hands, how many people here, I know my brothers and sisters from parole and probation are very familiar with Hope for Prisoners. Good, a lot of hands. Hope for Prisoners, right? Anthony is being recognized for being the Hope for Prisoners Mentor of the Year. When Anthony left parole and probation, came back from Highway Patrol, he didn't stop his investment in this program. If you don't know what Hope for Prisoners is it's a very intensive reentry program for people that are in prison, out of prison. I mean, look, not everybody in this world is gifted the opportunity and the people in their life to serve as life coaches, to help them along the way, to coach, to mentor. And if many of you know Anthony, he is a coach. I mean, you saw here today that clapping of hands, that hey gang coming back out. He's a motivator, and I totally understand, you know, what it must be like for what you're about to see from this person that Anthony refers to, the program refers to as justice-involved individuals, right? Every life has value to somebody, right? We appreciate that from the traffic side. You know, when we're out there doing our best to try to stop people from crashing. Amber, you know, your team my task force officers, God, you dope cops, right? You do the same thing. Addiction is a sickness, right? And people matter to other people, and the things that you do, you know, helps at least get people straight sometimes. And Anthony's involvement with this program is exceptional. I've been to Hope for Prisoners before. I've watched the workshops where Anthony talks to these people that have been justice-involved individuals. And I've been to a graduation for Hope for Prisoners. And what struck me the most is to sit there and see all of the justice-involved individuals that are graduating from Hope for Prisoners and their families out in the audience. And to consider, there was a moment in time when those families were looking at their loved one thinking, this is it, man. My kid's life is over. There's nothing left for them now. And such despair they must have felt, right? But then to go to a Hope graduation and to see those families there getting to celebrate their loved one again as a sort of rebirth, it's exceptional. It's something that you really have to be a part of to feel and understand. Yeah, you know, look at Anthony. You just heard him celebrate this criminal interdiction efforts to arrest people, but then you're just this double threat, man, where you hold them accountable, but then you're a huge part of the rehabilitative effort, and the department's lucky to have you, Anthony. So if we could dim the lights, and if I could have you just turn your attention to the monitor over here.
My name is Jack Battle. Prior to Hope for Prisoners, I was a drug addict, running the streets, not working, which landed me in prison for a 35-year sentence. I completed 11 years, 7 months of that 35-year sentence, got out on parole. I enrolled myself in Hope for Prisoners program. I completed it successfully. At the time that I graduated, I asked a fellow volunteer, Anthony, who works for the Highway Patrol, to be my mentor. He agreed.
Okay, my name is Anthony Munoz. I'm a lieutenant with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division. I got involved with the Hope program about a year ago. I came into a workshop and it was life-changing, that first workshop. When you see justice-involved individuals just out of prison, we come marching in as law enforcement, and there's probably 15 to 20 of us, and you have the hopefuls sitting in their chairs, and the shoulders are up, their arms are crossed, legs are crossed, and you can feel the tension in the room. But the object of the workshop is to get rid of this badge gun and just see us as human beings for who we are. So I went to a couple workshops, and they started talking about there was a mentorship class coming up, and I really wanted to get involved. I wanted to have a bigger footprint with the Hope program, not only for myself, but for our Nevada State Police. So I went through the workshop program, I went through the mentor program, became a mentor, and right when I finished the class, there was a workshop the following week. So I show up for the workshop, and I look forward to this more than anything every month, the workshops. That's one thing on my schedule that I do not miss. No matter what's going on, I'm there. So I come strolling in to the Hope building, and I see a gentleman named Jack sitting in a chair outside the office, and he's so excited. He's got a huge smile on his face. He says, hey, I'm signing up to go through this program. I'm starting next month. I'm going to be successful. You hear that a lot. But something, when I talked to Jack that day, we connected. And we kind of was like, all right, I'll be here for your workshop. I hope to see you. Went in, we did our thing, came back the following month, and who's sitting in the seat? My man, Jack. So when I saw, I shared my story with him, we talked after, and he asked if I'd be his mentor, and it was a no-brainer. So the relationship that we have formed, it's a brotherhood. I don't look at him as a mentee. That's my brother over there. Whatever he needs, I will drop what I'm doing to be there for him, because I know he would do the same for me.
Our relationship is really close. It's like a brother to me. He's like a best friend. Anytime that I've needed some advice, he's done his very best to give me the very best advice that he could give me. And so far, I'm working full-time, 2 jobs. I live in a beautiful home. I have several vehicles. I have not been in any trouble since I've been released from prison in 9 months. And this mentor program is 100% all the credit goes to this mentor, Anthony, because he's done amazing things for me, even if it's from a small to something very large. And believe me when I tell you, I come with a lot of questions for him, and he's always been caring, loving, patient, and kind to me. And that's one thing that after this is all said and done, I would like to have this guy as my mentor for the rest of my life.
We tragically lost a trooper about 9 months ago. And Jack sent me a picture with a thin blue line mask on and says, "I support you, brother." I mean, I teared up when I saw that picture, because you have a justice-involved individual who, I don't know, probably didn't grow up thinking much of cops, but he's got my back now because I have his back. And we put the badge and gun aside. So if we're asking the hopefuls to look past the badge and the gun, as law enforcement, we have to do the same. I don't even know Jack's past. I don't know what he went to prison for, nor do I care. What I care about is Jack is an amazing human being, and I'm so proud to be a part of his journey.
So many of you, when you see that image come up and you see Jack, he's something to see right out of the gate, right? But I've heard Jack's story. I've heard Anthony speak about him to me, and I was lucky enough to be able to meet Jack. We had a phone call and talked to him, and just to hear him so excited about his life. I mean, the guy's an artist with cars and things that he can build, and it's a pretty special thing to give somebody their life back. So, Anthony, again, I am personally in awe of you and your commitment to that program and everything that you do for me. So this certificate of appreciation is certainly awarded you on behalf of this You bet. Right now, I'd like to call up a number of folks. If you'll please join me up here, Captain Kevin Honey, Lieutenant Nate Peterson couldn't make it today, he's on vacation. Sergeant Colby Powell, Trooper Denise Ferguson, Administrative Assistant 2 Elizabeth Stevenson, sitting here. Supply Tech Betsy Gillette. Are you here, Betsy? Administrative Assistant 3 Shannon Martinez. I know I've seen you. I'm hiding. So I can sit back and avoid my glance. And Administrative Assistant 4 Sally. Please come on up. Now, a ways ago, some of you may have heard that the Governor's Finance Office was coming by to pay us a visit. Thanks, Rick. But that's all part of their tour. They toured the whole state. They went to other state agencies, buildings, but before they came here, the people that you see up here played a very large part in getting us ready for this visit. Now, many people can hear about what it is that we do in these parts of the state. I heard about it, but it wasn't until I actually then got down here and saw this beast of a command. I mean, I swear, I felt like, you know, in the beginning I wanted to click my heels together and say there's no place like home, you know, but this place is a machine. It's got so many moving parts, and it takes so many of our personnel to make it run seamlessly. But their efforts, I mean, you have folks up here that help paint the briefing room. If you've been up there recently and seen the makeover of that building, that should be the next A&E show. You know, I mean, the before and after would be impressive. They came in here on their off time and helped spruce that place up, and it looks fantastic. It creates a sense of pride. And it's, I mean, we're celebrating all of our sworn officers today for their efforts in police work and things like that. All of it, when it comes down to our basics, right, the foundation of this home that we all professionally live in, right, it falls apart if we don't have people like our administrative staff to help us along the way. Efforts made by people to, you know, Kevin, he walked these people through, and if anybody's heard Captain Kevin Honey work a room of people, it's fantastic. You know, he's very talented at it. Colby Powell, his efforts in putting together documents for us, helping spruce up the building, clean things up. Denise, all of you, the people that you see here, helping paint that room, just generally clean up the office. We don't have Nathan Peterson here, but he has some program that he pays for that allowed him to create this little infograph piece of paper. And I'll leave it up here, you can check on it. I mean, you might think, well, he made just a flyer to hand out. No, this thing has like a QR code. It explains things, it gives statistics about what this building does. You know, I would be remiss if I didn't also thank, this is the lieutenant, everybody knows this is the Lieutenant Colonel's thing. He makes stuff like this all the time, but he gave his vision. People connected to this team were a part of making it come to life. I mean, you click this QR code, here's a welcome introductory video of our Lieutenant Colonel explaining what they're about to see, the show that Kevin's about to take them on. This is class. This is a class act. All of you are a class act. Everybody in this room that we've recognized today are a class act, and this is just another part of it. And I really want to thank you, all of you, for what you did to help us be successful. So, thank you, folks. You guys want to step forward just a little bit?
Yeah. Thank you, Colby. Deeper, rainbow dash. What's that? Hey, that's okay. I'm a COVID girl.
Here. First name. Now. Good plan, Bill. Oh, they got it. Thanks again, folks. We can do it. Okay. Lastly, we have recognition for years of service certificates that we'll be handing out. I know a lot of people couldn't be here, but I do want to mention their names just so we all know their years of service and the fact that they're still here with us. 20 years of service. We've got Sergeant James Madsen, Clay Madsen, myself, look at that, Captain Eddie Bowers, 22 years now. 15 years, Sandy Nelson. AA2, Sophie Cruzan. 10 years, Trooper Ross Miller. Darren Arenas, and James McAlexander. 5-year certificates, we've got Sergeant David Scott Keene, Trooper Roger Barnes, Trooper Ryan Clark, Trooper Stephen Darnell, Trooper Sean Dobbins, Neil Espinoza, Trooper Patrick Hillman, Trooper Matthew Leon, Trooper Jericho Lindsay, Trooper Patrick O'Keefe, Trooper Joshua Ortega, Trooper Jared Graham, Trooper Rafael Rodriguez, Trooper Anthony Romo, Trooper Zachary Schlater, Trooper Derek Simmons, Trooper Reed Toon, Trooper Luis Villanueva, and Mario Lozano. So thanks for all those folks for lastly,
Okay, so I get the fun stuff. Eddie had to a sleepless night last night prepping for all this stuff. A lot of moving behind the scenes. So I get the opportunity to thank two of our very valued community partners. As most of you know, we live in a remarkable community, and you saw the Hope for Prisoners and just the wealth of resources and good, caring, and good-hearted people that just want to make a difference, whether they wear the badge or not. And we have the ability today to honor two of those people that support not only police agencies throughout this valley, but citizens as well. So if I could have Morgan White please join me up here. I'm going to embarrass her for a little bit. On March 27th, 2020, you guys remember that we lost Sergeant Ben Jenkins, killed in the line of duty while helping a disabled motorist. Losing Sergeant Jenkins was devastating to not just the Highway Patrol, but to the Blue family throughout the state. We made it our mission to make sure that the Jenkins family knew, it's one thing to stand up there and say, we're always here for you. And we've tried to take that additional step and to prove to them that it's not just the kids' birthdays, it's not just those graduations, but we want to be there throughout. One of these examples is the Heroes of the Night game, which is hosted at the Henderson Silver Knight Dollar Loan Arena. This is Morgan's forte. So Morgan White is the manager of corporate partnerships for the Henderson Silver Knights and the Las Vegas Nighthawks. In April 2022, Nevada Donor Network was highlighting community heroes at the Silver Knights game. We were informed, the Lieutenant Colonel has connections just about everywhere. He found out that Jody Jenkins, the widow of Sergeant Ben Jenkins, was going to be in town and wanted to attend a hockey game. Lieutenant Colonel Malesko made a phone call to Morgan, and without hesitation, she helped us honor our fallen brother. Morgan helped coordinate not only bringing Jody to the castle to be recognized as they spoke about Sergeant Ben Jenkins, but she also coordinated Lieutenant Munoz, one of, kind of comes full circle, one of Lieutenant Jenkins' best friends, to be able to stand next to Jody as they watched Sergeant Jenkins' photo displayed on the Jumbotron. The crowd stood as they gave Sergeant Jenkins a standing ovation, moving Jody to tears. Morgan, we would like to thank you today for your kindness and assistance in making that night possible. You'll never know how much you lifted Jody and all of us up that night, so thank you very much. Okay, our second community partner, if I could have Neil Sackmary please join me. So, those of you who have a TV and have Channel 13 know who Neil is. Neil is the owner of Nevada Coin Mart and the founder of the TV show called Trooper Talk. Neil's also a member of the Injured Police Officers Fund, where he has assisted in helping families of injured and fallen officers for over 12 years. Neil has made it his life's mission to help others and save lives through traffic safety education. Neil created the show, Trooper Talk, that is aired on Channel 13 once a week. The show was created with the goal to save at least one life by educating the public on traffic safety. Neil's played a major role in fundraising for all of our fallen families and families throughout the state. Not only did he make his own donations, but he purchased custom patches, which I think most of you have got one of now, to be sold, and all the proceeds went directly to the families. Neil continues to show his support for the Nevada State Police and for all first responders each and every day. So today we would like to recognize and thank him for all that he has done and continues to do for us. Before I have Ashley hand in his plaque, having been part of the Injured Police Officers Fund myself for the better part of my career, I can tell you that the generosity and just the heart that you show to the law enforcement community, without hesitation jumping in and doing those little things behind the scenes and doing the things and raising the funds to help the families and doing those little tiny things that really make a difference. It's incredibly appreciated, and it's my honor to be able to give you a little something. So Neil, thank you on behalf of the state. Okay, I think Director George Tagliani would like to close it out with some words.
Some unprepared remarks, but I can't help myself. I am so deeply proud of everybody in this room, and couldn't be more proud to be director of this department, and couldn't be more proud actually of being able to, we chided about the budget group, the budget people, and some other stuff. It's been an interesting journey over the last couple of years in dealing with the legislature, but we did succeed in getting the term state police included. And now every time I sit here, I keep hearing the word state police, state police. But it does identify us. It's no more than branding. But branding is extremely important for us, for everybody who's a member of the department. And going forward as far as recruitment, no offense, and competing with Metro and some of our other partners, Henderson, I think it's going to go a long way. But one of the things I wanted to mention was Hope for Prisoners. We had at one time a day reporting center within our parole and probation, and we're hoping to renew that. We have it in our budget going forward. So in 23, we hope to partner with Hope for Prisoners. And what does that mean? We hope to select approximately 200 folks continually coming out of prison, those in southern Nevada, and about 50 to 100 up in northern Nevada, and put them through this program, which is the Hope for Prisoners. And we'll partner with them. And also, we have some folks here from PNP to have our officers embedded, so to speak, also at Hope for Prisoners in their location, so we can better facilitate their transition, if you will, back into society. And I think that will definitely be a home run for us. So because we had that, I figured I've got to come up and at least plug the fact that if you hear anything, if you got any juice, support that. Thank you. You're all heroes. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, thank you for coming. That does conclude our ceremony today. I would just like to remind everybody that's here Friday evening at about 5:30 in the evening. Is it 5:30 or 6 o'clock, Ashley?
It's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So if you get here around 5:30, the Nevada Donor Network's going to be out here. Also, the Injured Police Officers Fund people are going to be out here. There's going to be some refreshments and everything, and it's a memorial enforcement event kickoff to celebrate the life of Trooper Mike May. Some of you have already seen the correspondence that go out there, that have been out there requesting people to participate in working this memorial enforcement campaign. And I hope to see you guys out there. It was great having you here today.